Hey, it's the last company that I have to do a intro for, at least for now. Coastal Zone Championship Wrestling. This is probably my favorite indie company to play as. And they're very, I guess you could be very formulaic with them. So there's that. Um, Obviously, I rated the hell out of them because they have very good workers. Donnie J, Frankie Perez, and Mikey James. That's 3 people. So we need to hire 3 people. I could go up top, hire like Acid, Fumihiro Oda, a bunch of guys who would take the top spot easily. However, I kind of want to bring in 3 people you may have heard of. Paradigm. Paradox. And Paranoia. These are the paratroopers. They're a trio. They went to the Coastal Zone training facility, but they never made the actual roster, and I always like giving them a chance. They usually stink. However, so do a lot of people when they start in Coastal Zone. And then just the fact that you're facing the people who you're facing at the zone again and again and again, you end up getting the training you need. I may end up picking up a big-time guy like Acid or Fumihiro Ota if our ratings aren't good enough. Like the show rating isn't good enough. Oh, we actually need one more, too, besides the 3. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll bring in... Yeah. Let's see. Oops. Hit the wrong button there. Okay, so I'll bring in someone who could teach basics, which I believe Oda can. Fumihiro Ota. Yeah, he's got enough basics, and he will be a solid upper card guy. He won't be a main eventer like his price demands, but whatever. So let's go on and check out their roster. As you may know, with this company, I mean, how do I want to say it? I mean, gimmicks don't matter as much, so knowing what they are doesn't matter as much as how good they are. Because when I play Coastal Zone, I'm playing more for numbers. I'm not going 100% gaming the game type thing, where I'm just doing everything I can to get the best numbers. But I don't tell as many stories with them. I will tell some, but not as many. It's usually a, did you deserve it? How good have you been doing recently? Okay, you'll get pushed. Otherwise, not. So let's get going on this. That said, this will be a lot shorter than most. AirTech Weasel. Great at selling, great at basics, good mid-card guy to have. Shouldn't really get pushed higher than the mid-card, but who knows, he's only 31. Al Coleman. A great technician who is an asshole backstage. Really hard to push because he'll eventually do something that pisses you off. California Love Machine. Very good high flyer who has a shooting star leg drop in his repertoire that's apparently very good. In a great tag team right now with Frankie Boy Fernandez, they're both young and they're both talented. Carlos Barea, they work as a tag team in Notorious. They're really young and really green, so expect them to eat a lot of losses. Donnie J, leaving. Fox Mask, the Mike Quackenbush of Coastal Zone Championship Wrestling. Been there through it all, will probably be there through it all. I'll probably have a lot of respect and not actually hire Foxy to another company and let him stay with the Coastal Zone. Multi-time champion, big-time ratings, not rating, match ratings guy. He's a guy that should stay near the top for a long time. Frankie Perez, leaving, which is good because we have 2 Frankies. Frankie Boy Fernandez, young guy, green, but in a great tag team with California Love Machine. He's not as good as CLM, but he does good enough, and I think that team will help each other train, especially if they're facing the other teams in the division. Jackpot Jordan, also kind of a jerk, in a team with Jake Idle, where he's sort of a Las Vegas gambler, whereas Idle's a Hollywood playboy, and they kind of play up a tag team of being rich. I mean, gimmicks don't really count in Coastal Zone, so I never really cared about that. He can get decent ratings right now, but he's young and gets a lot better. Same with his partner, Jake Idle. He gets a lot better in most games that I play. He seems to have usually a good potential stat. Plus, I just love his little like point thing. I don't know. I'm a sucker. Joni Perez, younger brother of Frankie Perez, who is leaving. He's a high flyer. He doesn't use the like kicks and stuff that his brother does, and he is dangerous. So not a good guy to have in the main event. He'll probably be jobbing a lot until he learns to be less dangerous. And with Frankie leaving, I may actually let him go because he is an injury waiting to happen, and never to him, always to the guy you have facing him. Mark Speed, great technician guy, great work rate skills. I love him. He is the IWC sweetheart type character, and I don't know. I usually push him. I'm gonna try not doing that this time as hard and keeping him in the tag ranks, but usually usually he just keeps killing it in the tag ranks, and I eventually have to push him. Masked Cougar, the best worker in the Coastal Zone, absolutely amazing. Will be getting the title, and he was always one of my targets in 2008 to make a main eventer. I've done it in 2008 and 2010, and he's naturally a main eventer in this game, and he's deserved it. He's got the stats and gets the ratings. Also, he's got a cougar mask. How fucking cool is that? Matt Sparrow. Apparently he's got an online blog, so I think of him as Zack Ryder, and he's like that fringe guy in where he does too good to be in the mid card, but never good enough to actually main event. So I don't ever expect him to win any titles really, because he's too good for the mid card title in my opinion, but not good enough to get the big title. Miguel Rivera, he's in Notorious with Miguel Rivera and Carlos Barrera. He's in Notorious. They're jobbers. They're not really great right now. Mikey James, leaving, but a kickboxer type character. Remy Sky, I know this is very bad, but he's Jeff Hardy in every game that I run, and I push him as such because I'm such a Jeff Hardy mark. So expect him to get a lot of main event rubs. American Flash, a guy who I used to have to push because I used to love keeping Insane Machine, and I wanted to keep Insane Machine happy. Insane Machine left, along with his awesome robot gimmick. So now American Flash just kind of is there. Expect him to eat a lot of losses to the main eventers. Unless he actually does really well in this game, which I've had him do once or twice. Don't expect him to really get a build-up. Waylon Walls, someone who came out of the Coastal Zone training thing. He's kind of an active brawler, where he's energetic, running around and hitting things and stuff. But he doesn't really fit into the zone's style. That said, he's probably going to get a little bit of a push with the paratroopers coming in. And who knows, maybe he'll impress, or maybe he'll get let go. Anyway, like I said, that's the quick rundown on the Coastal Zone. Their show is tonight So they will be the first one to get an actual booking, and you'll get to see how I'm going to handle shows on YouTube. So stay tuned, and hopefully I can get it up today. Thanks for joining me. Have a good one.